All right, welcome back, Bakes.
It's the World Time Attack Podcast, a podcast about the most exciting form of no-holds-barred motorsport known to this universe.
Thank you, Chris Diggles, and we'll see you in the next couple of weeks. We're only 2 weeks to go, and my name's Alan, and I'm joined by World Time Attack CEO Ian Baker. Ian, what's going on, bro?
Morning, Alan. How you going?
Good, mate. Good, mate. It's Monday morning. We're only a couple of weeks away from World Time Attack 2022. If you haven't gotten your tickets already, head to worldtimeattack.com or OzTix. If you're still not convinced, we're here to go through why we're so excited this year, what we've got coming, what's in the pipeline, and you're excited, mate.
Yeah, man. There's some cool stuff coming this year. Despite the fact we couldn't get their cars from overseas, and the reality is, and we had some teams wanting to come towards the end, and I just said, this is so unpredictable. Your car could end up here, and they'll shut the borders, and you're not going to be able to get in. That's what's been happening. So
exactly,
but the good news is that the field this year is probably one of the best we've ever seen, despite not having people from overseas.
Absolutely, and I think we're putting it down to the extra preparation time that people have had as well, time to develop their cars over the COVID period, as well as now that COVID's kind of eased in terms of the restrictions in the last few months, about half a year, people have been out testing and people are getting excited to go back to major events.
Absolutely, the testing thing has been a bit of a problem for everyone, to be honest with you, because simply, we've been through COVID, and then we've had biblical floods here in Sydney. So track days have been cancelled, and this is all in the lead up. But you know what though? Everyone's on the same playing field, so no one's really had any advantage over anyone else. And that's part of the thing. And I'll just go through the format changes, which what we're doing anyway. We planned this quite some time ago because, as time's gone on, these top cars are not, they're probably more like a top fuel dragster than they are any circuit car.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're trying to run them over 2 days, which at full noise is just becoming near impossible. So we had a lot of people turn up on Saturdays in the past couple of years and go, mate, I've come to see all these cars and they're all blowing up. So we've changed the format now. We're running a 2-day event. However, only the times on Saturday count. Friday's practice. They'll still be out on the track all day, and we'll be having everything, their drift qualifying and so on, but it's practice only. So everyone's got to bring their A game when the crowd's there on Saturday.
Absolutely.
And we're going to run all day and all night. So
that's it.
So you're going to be basically compressing 2 days into one when everyone's there, so it's going to be one hell of a show this year.
Absolutely, Ian. And there's been a bit of a change to the format that we're running pro class cars this year as well.
Yeah, correct. So this is a lot to do with safety. These cars are going so fast now that to have someone on a cool down lap when they come charging around the corner, you're doing 1 minute. They're going to be, if the conditions are right, they'll be doing sub-19s this year. So we're going to run the pro class only in a shootout format. So one car at a time on the track, one warm-up lap, one full noise send, and then a cool down lap, and then we send out the next car. So that's going to make, I think, from a production value as well, like you're going to get to see that car full noise, and there's no excuses, no oil on the track or anything, mate. It's a clear run. Game on.
Absolutely. So this week's going to be a big week for us. Obviously, we're going to be releasing our program, our schedule for the year. We're also going to be doing a few more announcements. But as it is,
I'll leak all the secrets today.
As it is in the world of World Time Attack, nothing's a secret here. Everything in the pipeline is ready for us to talk about. Ian, there's a few things that you've been working on in the background. You want to let the people know?
Well, first of all, we've got Mingay back. He hasn't been here for a few years, and that Camaro is kick-ass, and Kent in that
GDSR.
Crazy GDSR. He's bringing his son along, so they're going to be involved, the son in the stunt show.
Yeah. So Madsy will be driving, I think, one of his little stadium trucks. Jumping
and he's got the big
well.
kids zone down there for all the Hot Wheels fans. So that's, again, Mingay's a kick-ass show, but he hasn't been here for a few years, so he's going to be bringing his A game.
Absolutely.
Now the big one I want to talk about is a car called the Kaditcha.
The Kaditcha.
Right? No one, like the young guys, would never have heard of this, but back in the 80s, this car was designed. It was basically designed to go to Le Mans, and at one stage it was the fastest Group C. I don't know what class, but
Group A.
Group C car.
No, it started off as so I did a little bit of research in this article, right? So it was one of the first Group A cars to be a completely closed cockpit.
Right. Anyway, they built it to a guy named Bat Romano built it. Absolutely. Barry Locke actually built it.
Yes.
That everyone knows from Hammerhead and Mighty Mouse and so on. But so he designed it for a guy named Bat Romano, and he's a really interesting dude, man. So they've just restored this car. It's got a Cosworth DFH old Formula One engine in it. Heaps of parts on the car were from the Tyrrell F1 team at the time.
Suspension.
Yeah, so he was actually almost drove for the Tyrrell team.
Wow. Yep.
He's got some cool stories to tell. So we're going to interview him. Awesome. And he said to me, he goes, you know what? I just want to go full noise into turn one. And I've done a bit of research. That car can do that, right? So, everyone's seen the TS01E05?
Yep.
Well, this thing can do it too. So we're going to be in for a hell of a show, let me tell you.
If you haven't seen the TS01E05, I'd highly implore you to check that out on YouTube. It's one of the craziest cars you'll see going around turn one at Sydney Motorsport Park, and hopefully we get to see a little bit of a recreation with that. Other cars that we've got coming as well.
McLaren M8.
The McLaren M8E.
And that's, so Peter Jones, that's that car, hell of a nice guy, and his son is driving it, who is an extremely competent Carrera Cup racer. In fact, I think he won the race at Bathurst, so you don't have to worry about that waddling around the track, mate. He'll be putting that on full noise too, and that's a hell of a treat, that car.
And that's a beautiful car, and another Barry Locke creation.
Yeah, Barry was involved in that, so we'll interview that, and we'll show everyone around the cars and put them out there full send,
That's it. So, I mean, if people aren't already familiar with Barry Locke, I mean, he designed the Mighty Mouse, he did the Hammerhead and stuff like that as well.
And more recently, the Dream Projects S15.
Projects S15, correct, So, a lot of our fans don't know that his history stems back to McLaren days.
Correct,
and we get to see a bit of that history in play at World Time Attack this year. Something that we also have that's quite special is our F1 display. I mean, we've already announced this, but I mean, with Drive to Survive having drops over the weekend, I mean, everyone's buzzing about F1. And we've got a couple of very, very special cars to display, Ian.
So that was just something that almost coincidentally happened. I was speaking to Chris Keane about bringing up that car, and then Red Bull Australia actually own, I believe, the Max Verstappen car.
2020 car,
2020 car, and we thought, imagine putting the father and son car together and put a display together. So, we're going to showcase that, and there's a chance that one of them may start up, but I don't want to promise anything yet.
Yeah. But the 2020 car is quite special, as everyone would know. The F1 season in 2020 was stunted at Melbourne,
correct,
so they basically turned people away at the gate. So nobody got to see the 2020 car in Australia.
So that car that we're getting here was actually in the casino down there. It's a real car. It was one of his. It was spare car, but it's a genuine F1 car.
And it'll be parked up next to his dad, Jos Verstappen's Aras A22. So that's a beautiful car in itself. And we're gonna have a very special display around that, and a few more things happening in the Trader Rally as well. Something that we're displaying front and center, thanks to Nulon Racing, is a couple of Ron Goodman cars.
Oh yeah, man! You got to see these cars. And what a guy! He's amazing. That guy. He's built this little Porsche 356 with a radial plane engine in the back of it, Australian made, and the car's actually going to SEMA. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but anyway, people are going to find out anyway. So, but he's going to showcase that there, and we're going to put. He's got a Porsche. What is it? 906, like this crazy little thing with downdraft Webers on it, and the record breaking 356, and I think him and Luffy are going to have a little race around the track in them too. So
that would be really cool to see on track, especially because I've only really seen these cars on display, and they're beautiful show spec cars. But to hear them going around track is going to be something else, isn't there, right, Ian?
It is, mate. It's insane. Like, and so and he's just such a good, approachable guy too. And speaking of Luffy, he's he's going to be the busiest man in pit lane because this year he's driving. Well, first of all, he's doing all our pit reporting, and as a one-time winner, driving Nemo, and he's driven Hammerhead there before, so he's across everything, which is amazing to have someone with his knowledge and passion towards it too. He loves Time Attack, so have him. But so as it's gone on, he's been committed to drive the Porsche, and we're going to give away a ride in a. You waiting for this? 2,000 horsepower. Twin turbo Lamborghini Performante with Luffy driving. It's a raffle we're doing for Starlight Children's Foundation, so get in and buy tickets. You'll be able to buy tickets on the day, and then you go. The lucky winner goes out for a lap with Luffy in 2,000 horsepower Lambo. That's something you're never going to forget.
2,000 horsepower. Some people can't count to 2,000. Mate.
I think Luffy thought I was joking when I said 2,000 horsepower. But anyway, look, at the end of the day, it's in competent hands, and he'll only go as fast as what he feels safe doing. So, and then the other thing we're doing with Yokohama Tyre, End Performance. Hyundai, been big supporters of us over the years. They've given us a i30N sedan, and Yokohama's releasing the Advan Neova 8009 tyre, brand new tyre, and we're going to put a set of 8009s on the i30N sedan, and we're going to put Luffy in it on Friday morning and go out and set a lap time, and the punters get to try and get guess the time.
That's right.
And the winner gets a free set of 8009 tyres and a merch pack from N Performance. That's pretty cool.
So check that out at the Yokohama stand in our trader area.
Yep.
Our trader area is packing out fast. If anyone is interested in some spots, all of our major areas are kind of sold already, but we do have a few carports available. So if anyone is interested, there are still a few places left, but they are very limited, and we're only a couple of weeks away. So definitely get in soon. And the same with VIPs. We have a very limited allocation.
There's only half a dozen VIP tickets left.
Half a dozen left, and this is the last week that you can get them before they go off sale, and everything is set in stone. So if you are interested in any of those packages, please feel free to contact us, get in touch with us. We've got them for you.
And speaking of Trader Alley, like all these guys, this is turning into like a outdoor mini SEMA show because all these guys haven't been here for a couple of years, and they're like, can we bring this? Can we do that? Can we do this? So that's going to be on fire this year. I think that's going to be a show in itself. The whole Trader Alley will be electric.
Absolutely. And as always with Trader Alley, what people can expect, a lot of our traders bring display cars, like you've said. But there's stuff that rocks up that exceeds our expectations even, amazing cars that their customers have built or something.
Well, we know Haltech's got a crazy one on their stand, right?
Haltech do have a crazy car on their stand this year, but we'll let you guys find that out at the event.
The other thing is Turbo Smart's doing their 25-year anniversary at our event, so we've got my mate Nick Cooper's having a drive as well, so that's going to be fun to see about the RX-7,
That'd be
which
good.
That car hasn't run since 2010, and to put the CEO of a multinational performance parts company in a tight car at Time Attack, that shows the passion for their company,
So when are we getting you in a car, mate?
Mate, I don't think so. We're too busy, man.
We are too busy,
And
it's only a couple of weeks to go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everyone's kind of going, oh, where's your international guest? Where's your international guest? But don't fear, we do have some international guests in the pipeline,
Absolutely,
although they aren't cars. We will have some international representation here. Ian, who do we have coming, mate?
Cole Powelson on the doing some hosting for us.
Yeah, Life
Andrew
Motorsport.
Brilliant flying out from Japan. I think Nakajima's coming out from Voltex to assist with Tilton.
Yep.
And we're going to do some other stuff. We're going to do a bit of a memorial to two of our friends that have passed on from. That were very important to our family. Takizawa, from the original owner of Cyber Evo, who passed away a year or so ago, and our mate Moz. So
Absolutely.
that's going to be a special time too.
That's it. So we're going to dedicate the Saturday pit walk to him. It was one of his special times of the event. I know he loved getting up and close and personal with those cars.
Absolutely.
And, so we're going to dedicate that pit walk to him on the Saturday. So if you're there, that's definitely your chance to get up and close to all of our Time Attack competitors. But we've been talking a lot about Time Attack, but let's talk a little bit about the drift as well. So with the new format with running Time Attack into the night, the drift component of our event moves
to the day. When traditionally, if you go to Formula Drift, it's in the afternoon, D1, it's in the normally, So we're going to be running that from lunchtime into the afternoon. There's, pretty much all the top line drifters from Australia are here. And the interesting thing, what Mackie's done this year is he's given a bunch of entries to some real up and coming young guys from around the country that are going to be able to go against the big guns on a world stage, So that's cool.
Yeah, you get the young guns like Saxon Moyes up against the old heads like Luke
Rob
Fink
White
and Rob White.
Yeah, all of that stuff. So that's going to be a door banging show, I can tell you. Back on the North Circuit.
Yep.
In the afternoon. So
That's a beautiful place to catch it. If you are at the event, Turn 18 is where they kind of cap off, and if that's where you want to be, it's a nice little auditorium there. So definitely head there throughout the day and come check out the drifting as well. So what else is there to talk about, mate? We're excited. We're busy in the last couple of weeks to go.
Well, it's just I guess after not having anything for 2 years, it's exciting just to be back, really, isn't it?
It is.
So Hey, get your tickets and come on down. We're going to be rocking and rolling.
That's it. 1st and 2nd of April 2022, World Time Attack returns to Sydney Motorsport Park. Get your tickets at OzTix or worldtimeattack.com. I've been Alan. This is Ian. Buy a ticket. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, guys.
See you there.
Catch ya.